and 5. Welcome to West Salem. Greg Hay along with Dave Wagner. Dave, game 2 of the season, but the first road game for a lot of inexperienced players on this varsity. They're coming off a tough loss to Alaska last week. They're coming off a very impressive win against Boston. We have not won here the last 5 times we played here, and this will be a challenge, won't it?
Yeah, it certainly will. You know, after last week, you win big. You think, you look at them, they lost. If you just go on that, you think this is maybe another pretty easy game, but no, it's not. They almost knocked off on Alaska. They were a 2-point conversion fail from probably pulling the upset. And then on Alaska, shuts out Menominee last night. So I think that's a big shot in the arm for West Salem when they saw that, and this is going to be a huge challenge.
Should be interesting. Joe Protz and the Timberwolves on the road for the first time in 2022 from West Salem. Kickoff next on the Hagen Sports Network.
My name is Heather Loudon. I was officially diagnosed with invasive ductal carcinoma. Overall, the care that I received at Tomah Health was top-notch.
Here at Tomah Health, we provide IV therapy for patients receiving hydration, blood transfusions, all the way up to complex situations like chemotherapy and biologics.
When you need intravenous care, Tomah Health offers compassionate infusion therapy.
Tomah Health, offering quality care close to home.
And welcome back to West Salem. Greg Hagen along with Dave Wagner.
First, the Timberwolves of Tomah High School, under the direction of
Dave, you and I, we were both sidetracked to another thing, so we're not sure what's going to kick off. We're going to find out in a moment, aren't we?
Under the direction of head coach.
There was so much going on. Yeah, we didn't catch that little ceremony at the 50-yard line, but we'll know soon enough.
Dave, I mentioned they are now a member of the Cooley Conference. 7 years in the MVC. Very impressive 30-15 record in the MVC. Shared an MVC title with Holman and Alaska. Last season finished 1 game behind a very good River Falls team, but now they're in the Cooley. But when they were in the MVC, we never won here. We lost 5 games. Outscored 149-31. Last year, by the way, they beat us here 56-3.
Yeah, well, they were just one of quite a few teams that put up a 5 spot on us, and Tomah wants to erase that memory as fast as they can, and we've only scored 31 points here total. It'd be nice to surpass that tonight, wouldn't it?
Now you go back, you look at the Tomah game last week with Boston, Dave. We rushed for well over 300 yards. Did not have to throw the football. We're going to need to throw the ball here tonight, aren't we?
Oh, yeah, 49-9 or whatever it was. And our supposedly biggest weapon, Drew Brookman, had 1 pass catch for 6 yards. So we expect him to be a bigger factor tonight, to say the least.
Gelfie kicking off West Salem. So here we go on a gorgeous night for football from West Salem. Short return for Tomah.
Wild on the return. Tackled by Pontus.
Ethan Wild's on the return. Tomah offense, your quarterback Tom Hesse, 6'3", 170, a senior. At running back, we'll see Jake Ballard, 5'10", 200-pound senior. We'll see Connor Granahan, 5'10", 200-pound junior. We'll see Logan Rooflett with 2 touchdowns last week, 6'1", 185, a junior. And we'll also see Keaton Vonderay, 5'9", 170-pound junior. All those 4 will play tonight. Left side, not much there. Wideouts, Drew Brookman, 6'4", 185, a senior. And tonight, Eli Brown, Dave, not playing, so it's Alex Boyko starting at wideout. Boyko, the 6', 155-pound sophomore. And your tight end is Jaden Brisky, 6'4", 205-pound junior.
Yeah, you mentioned those weights. Tomah with pretty good size line. Matched pretty well, pretty even matchup because West Salem's defensive line's pretty big.
Tomah wants to throw and it's incomplete, looking for Brookman. We only, by the way, Dave, we lost a yard on that first play. O-line for Tomah, Carter Habeck, left tackle, 6'3", 240, a junior. The left guard is Andrew Rooflett, 6', 225, a junior. Deshaun Jester, your center, 5'11", 245, a senior. The right guard is Jake Swires, 6', 265, a junior. And your right tackle, Jake Spire, 6'3", 215, a junior. This is an offensive line, Dave, averages 233. And early again, we're looking at a 3rd down and long.
Yeah, big 3rd down early.
Hesse in trouble. Hesse going to throw it, and it's intercepted. Intercepted on the deflection. Tom Hesse, Dave, had 2 interceptions last week. He has another one tonight. That's 3. And that's the one thing we did not do well last week against Mauston. Turned the ball over 3 times and also had 8 penalties. Need to clean that up. But an early big break for West Salem.
Yeah, anytime it goes off a receiver's hands up in the air, you're worried about that thing getting picked off. And there was, the kid was back there and had an easy pick.
Brent McCockney is their quarterback. And they run on 1st down. Luke Knoll on the run. Tackled by Carter Habeck. Or Hayback, as they say here. Habeck and Tomah, Hayback and West Salem. And Dave, I thought you had told him how to pronounce the names.
You got to throw them off once in a while.
All right, it's Hayback here. We're going to call him Habeck.
He didn't ask about that.
That's right, he didn't. Gain of 3. And nice big hole up the middle. McConkey for the touchdown, and they make it look easy.
Yeah, that one did. It was a nice misdirection, and they opened up the middle of the field, and McConkey had a pretty easy touchdown. He and Noel were about 85-90% of their offense last week, and they get the first 6 points tonight.
Well, they worked on a short field after the interception by Hesse. It only takes them 2 plays, and McConkey goes the last 8. And that'll be extra point with McConkey, who does everything for them. And the extra point is good. 7-0 West Salem. You're watching the Hagen Sports Network. West Salem scores a moment ago on this touchdown run by McConkey. Here, we're going to call him Habeck.
He didn't ask about that.
That's right, he didn't. Gain of 3. And nice big hole up the middle. McConkey for the touchdown, and they make it look easy. Well, there you see Alex Boyko back deep for Tomah along with Ethan Wilds. Dave, not the way you want to start. 2 plays in this game, you're down 7-0 on the Hesse interception. And 2 plays later, they scored the touchdown run by Brett McConkey. It's got to get better, right?
Yeah, let's hope so. Certainly hoping for a competitive game here tonight, but again, we're looking at 3rd and long, and you're thinking, well, probably an early 3 and out, but it was worse than that.
All right, we do it again, and it's going to bounce. Oh, my goodness. It's going to be picked up. Thank God that went in the end zone, and we'd have been in major trouble.
Touchback. We will start first down 10 at the 20-yard line.
It's the West Salem team last year, Dave. They were 8-2, 6-1 in the MVC, and then they lost in the playoffs in Northwestern. The year before that, they did not win a game. So we've been there, haven't we?
Yes, very recently.
All right, so Tomah, first possession, 3rd down and long, Hesse interception, turns into a West Salem touchdown. Tomah goes to work at their own 20, and not much there at all.
On the carry.
Bonderay on the run.
Loss of 1 on play.
Dave, last week we averaged almost 7 yards a carry on the ground. A little different tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, again, they've got great size up front, and they always seem to be very athletic, so they will be a challenge, but these guys just have to, I think, get on the blocks, sustain those blocks a little longer than maybe they were used to last week.
Loss of 1. A little bit of room on the outside, not much there. That's Logan Rooflet on the run. Rooflet had 99 yards rushing last week to lead Tomah. Tomah, we had last week, Dave, 7 rushing touchdowns. 5 different guys found the end zone. Pendley on Tomah.
Yeah, that's again, it'll be a lot different tonight, but that was a nice way to start the season, no doubt. A lot of guys getting involved, a lot of guys with success, and you expect them to bring some of that here tonight and try to build off it, but things here early, not good, as you talked about. 1 turnover and now 1 penalty already in this game.
9:39 to go in the first quarter. Tomah looks at a 2nd down and 20 now at their own 10. Already down 7-0 after an interception by Hesse and a McConkey touchdown run. Another flag on the play. Another penalty on Tomah.
We'll start Timberwolves.
Getting closer to their own end zone legs.
In the wrong direction, aren't we? I did see somebody just a little bit of a flinch on that offensive line.
2nd and 25. Tomah at their own 5 now. Tom Hesse is looking downfield and it's overthrown. He was looking for Drew Brookman, well covered.
Pass number Brookman incomplete. 3rd down.
Yeah, well, as you look at the playbook, 3rd and 25, you just don't have many plays for that, do you?
No, that's a rough one. We'll see if we can just hopefully get a nice gain out of this maybe and give your punter a little room to work.
From their own 5-yard line, Tomah's just going to stay on the ground for a short gain. It's Connor Granahan. And Drew Brookman, who averaged 36 yards a punt last season, Dave, on to probably get this away from his own end zone.
Yeah, he'll be standing close to it, if not on it, I would assume here. So they will start with good field position, regardless of the outcome, I would believe here.
They're standing at the 41-yard line of Tomah, their deep guys. The ball's at the 8, so Brookman is going to probably get this away from his end zone. And they're going to let it bounce, and there's a break for Tomah, all the way down to the 39 of Tomah. We caught a break there, Wags.
Yeah, we did. We got the bounce that time, the benefit.
First down, 10,
I would have guessed they would have started midfield or maybe even on our side, perhaps.
All right, Alex Boyko's going to be at a corner tonight along with Drew Brookman. Cody Quist at a linebacker, 5'10", 170, a senior. Mason Downs at a linebacker, 5'9", 165, a junior. And your other linebacker is Bruce Raisin, 6', 190, a sophomore. They go to work at their own 39-yard line from McConkey, leading early 7-0. McConkey on the keeper. Tackled by Cole Madison.
McConkey on the carry, tackled by Madison.
Other defense for Tomah, Carter Habeck at an end, 6'3", 240, a junior. Jaden Brisky at an end, 6'4", 205, a junior. The tackles are Braden Calhoun, 6'1", 285, a junior. And Jake Squires, 6', 265, a junior. Conkey going to throw it over in the flat. Calico on the catch.
Calico's reception. Official timeout.
Cole Madison, last to get up for Tomah. Cole would appear to be in pain, Wags, wouldn't he?
Well, you could hear him yelling. So I think he's going to have to come out for a play.
Second down, 12.
No.
Rest of defense for Tomah. Jeff Baumgartner at strong safety, 6'1", 180, a junior. And Cole Madison is your free safety tonight. He's been in already a couple tackles, 6', 185, a senior for Cole Madison. 2nd and 12. 7.5 to go in the first quarter. For West Salem, Panthers already leading 7-0.
No on the carry, tackled by Downs.
No on the run. Yeah, you mentioned earlier, Dave, in the pregame, they lost last week to Alaska, and last night, Alaska shut out Menominee 14-0 at Menominee.
Yeah, big surprise, but you know, like as I said in the pregame, that's got to give these guys a real shot in the arm to know that they, you know, played toe-to-toe and were a missed two-point conversion away from the upset.
Staying on the ground. Well, McConkey's kind of been a one-man show, hasn't he, Wags?
Yeah, didn't carry the ball all that much last week. He had several carries, but it looks to me like he could be a more bigger part of the offense here tonight, at least on the ground. And, you know, last week, Mawson's quarterback, there was none of this. So this is new for the Tomah defense here, seeing this for the first time.
McConkey, good size, 6'3", 205, a senior. A big part of their very good basketball team last season that we look at. Wide open for first down.
Johnson with reception.
Johnson on the catch. Yeah, believe it or not, Dave, Menominee is 0-2. When you have to wonder, when's the last time Menominee? Of course, Joe Labuda's gone. But when was the last time a Menominee team started 0-2?
Yeah, it's gotta be a long time, I would guess.
All right, West Salem already up by 7 on the move down the Tomah 21, looking at 2nd and short now. They've had no trouble moving the football so far. Staying on the ground. For a touchdown. Boy, I thought the running back had it. Obviously, he did not. And it's 13-0 West Salem. And we still have 6 minutes to go in the half. And the extra point from McConkey is good. 6:06, actually no good. 6:06 to go in the first quarter. 13-0 West Salem on the Hagen Sports Network. Well, we haven't even played half the first quarter in West Salem. A very impressive 13-0 lead on Tomah. Short kick. Vonderay on the catch.
Vonderay on the return. Knocked out of bounds, but we'll see.
Well, the good news, Dave, this is our best starting position.
At their own 36-yard line.
We're going to start at our own 36-yard line. First possession, Hesse threw an interception. They scored 2 plays later. And then Tomah went 3 and out on the second possession when Brookman punted from the end zone. And they scored again on a touchdown run. Again, not much there. Vonderay on the run.
Vonderay on the carry. And by Mickey.
And Dave, so far they're winning the battle up front, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. They're winning it in the trenches, and we're just not finding any running room. And we had 3 receivers lined up out to the right, and they didn't pay any attention to those guys.
A little more than 5 to go in the quarter. Tom Hesse rolling. And he's going to throw it, and it's going to be incomplete. Looking for Alex Boyko, who was well covered.
3rd down 12.
Now the 3rd and long, Dave. 3rd and 12, Tomah.
One thing that you noticed last week, where we had 2 completions out of 3 for 6 yards. But we just tried to go long most of the night. We don't seem to have a whole lot of just, short passes to get things going.
Tried a short pass there for a very short gain. Vonderay on the catch.
Vonderay with reception. Tackle made by O'Brien. No gain play.
We had
12.
Twins to the right, Dave, and it didn't work. It didn't look that way, obviously. And another punt for Drew Brookman.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Look, some kind of a screen possibly there. It looked like they were trying to set up, but they were all over it, as they've been all over just about every play we've tried.
Drew Brookman, nice punt. And they're going to start again in pretty good shape. Cranahan on the tackle.
Kennedy on the return.
Kennedy on the return. And they're going to start in great shape at the Tomah 40.
10, it's Timberwolves 40-yard line.
Well, Dave, 2 possessions, 2 West Salem touchdowns. Need a stop here, don't we?
Definitely need a stop, turnover, or something here.
Kennedy in motion, and they pitch it this way. Baumgartner on the tackle for Tomah.
On a run, tackle made by Baumgartner.
Yeah, Dave, you look at the starting offensive line, the starting defensive line for Tomah. Very young, only one senior, and that's Gesture, but this is a very young team with very little varsity experience. And your first road game, as we talked about, always a difficult one.
Yep, it is. It's an adjustment, no doubt about it, and against a good opponent on the road, it's tough.
And they're staying on the ground, they're getting some pretty good yardage. Squires on the tackle that time for Tomah.
Gallic on the run, tackled by Squires.
You look at on paper, Dave, our tackles.
Down 2.
Calhoun and Squires averaging 275. Calhoun at 285, and Squires, the light one, at 265.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to stuff some holes up front here.
3rd and 2. We haven't stopped them yet. McConkey going to throw. It's got a man wide open.
Johnson reception.
Johnson on the catch. And the touchdown saving tackle, I believe, Dave, by Alex Boyko.
Yeah, it was just a simple slant, and if you catch it and get behind that guy, a lot of times it's all over, but he did get a foot of him and was able to trip him up.
Boyko, using his speed, was able to catch him. Andy Johnson back to run in a big hole up the middle. Habeck, among others, there for Tomah. Winding down to 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's been all West Salem. 13-0 over Tomah.
Yeah, all West Salem, hasn't it? I don't know. Something positive is going to happen for Tomah here, but they've got another nice drive going.
Well, we're at the Tomah 5 right now from McConkey. And they hand it off to Calico. Tackled by Mason Downs.
Calico on the carry. First and goal.
Defensively last week, Mason Downs led the team in tackles with 7. He assisted on 5 at 2 solo. Schrader at 5 tackles, 2 solos, and 3 assists. And Baumgartner and Quist each had 4 tackles last week, Lee Tomah. They're at the 1-yard line now, late in the first quarter. Short of the end zone as we wind down a little more than a minute ago.
Goal on the carry. It'd be 2nd and goal.
And Dave, we are down to a minute to go in the first quarter, which I guess if you're Tomah, can't end soon enough, can it?
Yeah, maybe the other end of the field will be kinder, but it's not been the field. It's been the players on it for West Salem. They are just dominating.
From the 1-yard line, see if McConkey will keep it himself, and he will not. Hand off for another West Salem touchdown. Knoll with a touchdown. 19-0 West Salem leading Tomah. With 39 seconds to go in the first quarter. And this time they're going to go for 2. This is interesting. Well, he missed the last extra point. And a little bit of movement for West Salem.
Yeah, you saw the quarterback starting back up, pull out before the ball was snapped to him. Wasn't by much, but it was some movement. See if they decide. I would have I would assume they'll still go for 2 here.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Next week, by the way, they're going to host West Salem. Should say Westby. Westby will be here next week, and Tomah back home for Baraboo. That'll be the MVC opener for Tomah, as Baraboo now in the MVC. And here is McConkey looking to throw it, and it's caught for the 2-point conversion. Andy Johnson wide open. 21-0 West Salem late in the first quarter. Welcome back to West Salem. Greg Hayne along with Dave Wagner. We haven't even played a quarter yet. It's been all West Salem leading 21-0. Gallifrey kicks off with 40 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Dresden on the curve.
I'll be honest with you, Wags, on the way up here, I know we were coming in here with a very inexperienced team, a lot of juniors that haven't played varsity, hoping that it wouldn't be down 21-0 early, but it has been, as they took control of a Tomah mistake early in the game, and Tomah just hasn't been able to run the ball. Still has no pass completions. Jake Ballard on the run.
Bullard on the run, tackled by Knoll. And a 3, second out 7.
And you wonder if the shock is settled in yet.
Boy, I hope it's wore off here and we start playing football.
Well, that was a positive play. Jake got 3. We haven't had too many positives plays. Ballard again. And that's the end of your first quarter. 21-0 West Salem leading Tomah. You're watching the Hagen Sports Network.
Tomah 0.
My name is Heather Loudon. I was officially diagnosed with invasive ductal carcinoma. Overall, the care that I received at Tomah Health was top-notch.
Here at Tomah Health, we provide IV therapy for patients receiving hydration, blood transfusions, all the way up to complex situations like chemotherapy and biologics.
When you need intravenous care, Tomah Health offers compassionate infusion therapy.
Tomah Health, offering quality care close to home.
Welcome back to West Salem. Greg Hayne along with Dave Wagner. Quarter one totally dominated by West Salem leading 21-0. Tomah looks at 3rd and 5 at their own 40 Wags as we start the second quarter.
Yeah, we need to get a first down. Don't have one yet.
Essie looking to throw it off the hands of Boyko and intercepted by Johnson. Tackle by Ballard.
Johnson with the interception.
In all fairness, Dave, that ball clearly went off the hands of Alex Boyko. So was it catchable? I don't know. But that's the second pass in this game that's been deflected, intercepted by them.
4-yard line.
And that quickly, all the momentum, which they didn't need, back to West Salem.
Yeah, I'm not sure they ever lost it, but they definitely still have it. And again, yeah, it's a catchable ball. It was a little high, but got to go up and get it. And that's the second time. Most of the time those things fall harmlessly to the ground, but both of our deflections have been intercepted.
Well, that's the 4th interception this season now for Tom Hesse in 2 games. And they're going to throw it to Johnson, and Johnson's wide open. Mason Downs and Hesse on the tackle. But Dave, no matter what they do, run or pass, they're just getting chunks of yardage, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. We're not putting up a whole lot of resistance here. Not sure why.
They're already inside the Tomah 20.
See a running clock in our future.
Conkey on the keeper. Allard over there for Tomah. Brookman over there for Tomah.
Need a 4 to play. Second down 6.
Ten and a half to go in the first quarter. 2 interceptions this game by Tom Hesse, one in the start the game, and one here to start the second quarter. They capitalize on the first one on a McConkey touchdown run. And now they're looking at 2nd and 6 at the Tomah 15. Whistles and flags on the play.
Flag on the field. Full start against the Panthers.
5-yard mark off.
10-17 to go in the half. They lost C.J. McConkey, a first-team all-conference running back last year through graduation. But Brent is back at QB, but C.J.'s graduated. And Brett has got time, and he's going to throw it in the end zone. It's incomplete. They also lost Ryan Nichols, a first-team offensive lineman through graduation.
Passing for free tag, incomplete. 3rd down 11.
Third and 11.
So they're not perfect, right? A good ball would have been a touchdown there. He was a step or two behind our defenders, but it was just overthrown.
That stops the clock with 9:46 to go in the first half. 21-0 West Salem leading Tomah. McConkey on the keeper. McConkey still going.
McConkey on a carry. Tackled by Wilbanks.
Rooflet knocked him out of bounds. And it's 3rd and 11 as they're trying to overcome that penalty.
Guys, that's a 4-yard difference.
Scoreboard shows 3rd down 11.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
But I didn't think that was right, and it's not. They're going to say 1st and goal to Tomah 9. So somebody got mixed up, Wags.
Well, the guy that was on took the ball from the ball carrier there from McConkey. He signaled 1st down right away.
Yep, I noticed that too. All right, 1st and goal to Tomah 9-yard line. McConkey on the keeper. Initial contact by Mason Downs. That's one of their shorter gains in the play in the game so far, Dave. That maybe 2 yards. Actually, they're going to give him 4 on that. But down to Tomah 6, a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, he only ran 7 times for 38 yards a week ago. And he's surpassed both those attempts and yardage for sure here in this game so far.
9 to go in the half. 21-0 West Salem leading Tomah. And they're going to run it to the right and get another touchdown, I believe. Nope, he's short of the end zone. Hesse on the tackle.
Kennedy on the carry. Tackled by Hesse.
Kennedy on the run, just short of the end zone.
Lead of 4. 3rd and goal to the 2-yard line.
They're going to call it the Tomah 2. Just over 8 minutes to go in the first half. West Salem looking to add their 21-0 lead. on the pitch. They'll get the touchdown with Knoll gets the touchdown. 4 possessions, Dave. 4 Panther touchdowns. Can't do any better than that. 2 following Toma interceptions.
Yeah, you can't do any better than that, and certainly we don't need to make those mistakes to give them short fields. And we've done that twice, and just they've got, what, 4 touchdowns? We don't have a first down yet.
Don't remind me. Extra point up and coming. And the kick is good. 28-0. West Salem leading Toma with a break in the action. Here's a look at some businesses bringing you tonight's game. Please thank and patronize them. All right, we hope you'll thank and patronize those businesses. And organizations we showed you a moment ago, bring you all the different events here on the network. Tonight it's varsity football from West Salem where the Panthers lead 28-0. Rooflet on the short return for Toma. Well, 8 minutes to go in the half, Dave, and you pointed it out a moment ago. Toma still seeking first down number 1, aren't they?
Yeah, unfortunately we are. I think we had a 3rd and 5. I believe that's the closest we've come so far. And that's where we threw the second interception.
All right, Toma starts at their own 33 with their backs to the wall, down by 28. And will run for a short gain. That's Rooflet on the run.
Rooflet on the carry. That played by Wright. And a 1 in the play, 2nd down 9.
Boy, what difference a week makes, Dave. Last week against Boston, you're averaging almost 7 yards a pop. And tonight, like running into a wall so far.
So far, yeah, absolutely. Again, starts up front. These guys, this will make them better, but for tonight, there's a run.
Oh, there's Vanderhay. Vanderhay on the run for a first down in the game.
Vanderhay on the carry. Jack Mike Calico.
So for the record, our first down in the game comes at the 7:15 mark of the first half. Write that down, Wags.
Well, let's hope there's more to follow.
To a 44-yard line.
Oh, yeah. Vanderhay at 23 yards rushing last week. So Toma gets their first down in the game. They're out to their own 44 now. And a fairly big hole, but it closed in a hurry.
Rooflet on the carry.
The holes appear to be there, Dave, but they close in a hurry, don't they? That looked like a pretty good hole.
Yeah, initially it did look like there might be some room to run. And again, as I mentioned earlier, these guys they're going to have to get on these guys and engage them and, keep them engaged longer. They can't just hit them and release them. These offensive linemen have got to sustain in this game.
2-yard gain for Rouflet. 2nd and 8, Tomah at their 46. 6 to go in the half, down by 28. And another nice run to the 49-yard line. Bonderay on the run.
Bonderay on the carry.
And that's going to bring up a 3rd and still quite a bit for Tomah.
3rd down 4.
Tomah in midfield right now. Next week, Tomah back home for Baraboo. That'll be their NBC opener. And as we said earlier, Westby will be here next week at West Salem as they're members of the Cooley Conference now. Tomah continues to stand the ground.
Rouflet on the carry. By Marr.
So for the moment, Dave, we've abandoned the pass, haven't we?
Yeah, and what are we going to have here?
4th and 2.
4th and 2. I thought he was closer than that, but I guess it's where the knee touched down here, so I go for it.
4th down and 2. Tomah down by 28. Why not? Just under 5 to go in the first half. 4th and a long 2 for Tomah at the Panther 48. See what Tom Hesse's going to. This is going to be, we're going to try to draw him offside. And Tomah winds up taking a timeout. All right, 4.5 to go first half. Game totally dominated by West Salem. They're up 28-0. We'll be back in 30. All right. We thought Tomah was going to try to draw him offside. Tomah calls a timeout, and now they're going to go for it on 4th down and 2. And they're not going to get it. Rouflet never had a chance, did he, Wags?
No, they met him right at the point of the handoff. He had absolutely no chance. Reminds me of the play that Jack Heflin made against the Chiefs last night when they went for a 4th down, but that's another story. But Tomah, once again, they get one first down, but just couldn't get the second one there.
Tell you what, though, for the record, Wags, I like the call down by 28 points late in the half. 4th and 2, you only have one first down. Even though we didn't get it, I like the call.
I do too.
All right, now they go to work. They haven't been stopped yet. They've had the ball 4 times. They've scored 4 times. McConkey on the pitch. Calico on the run.
Calico on the carry. Taken by Baumgartner. In a 5-play, 2nd down 5.
I think I like the decision. I'm not sure I like the call.
Yeah, maybe the play call. I like the fact we decided to go for it, but yeah, I guess we could debate the play call, yes, but they certainly weren't fooled.
No, they were ready.
Under 4 to go in the half. West Salem with a 28-0 lead on Tomah. At their own 45 now. They've had great field position every time they've had the ball. Here's McConkey looking downfield. He's got a man down there wide open.
Flag on the play.
There's a flag on the play, though, and this is coming back. It's going to be on them. They have a break for Tomah. What the bottom line is, for some reason, their receivers are having no trouble getting behind the secondary, are they?
No, I don't.
They were clearly behind the secondary right there, but a flag is going to bring this back.
Yeah, no, you can say we do not have tight coverage, that is for sure.
I did not see the call. It doesn't matter, though. .325 to go in the half. 28-0 West Salem leading. McConkey going to dump it out in the flat again. He's got a man over there with a lot of room to run.
Reception. Tackle by Rooflet.
Rooflet on the tackle. Gelfie on the catch for West Salem.
And 27 on the play. Brings up first down, 10.
And nothing fancy, Dave. Just short pass, open field, let them run.
Yeah, we were talking about it at the last break, you and I. The play design between these two offenses is just night and day difference.
Calico on the run. Squires on the tackle. Granahan also there. Three to go in the half. 28-0 West Salem with the lead and looking for more. Two of their touchdowns have come following Tom Hesse interceptions. So Dave, 14 of their 28 have come following turnovers by Tomah. First possession of the game and the first possession for Tomah in the second quarter where the interceptions came into play. Calico again on the run. Got away that time from Cole Madison and brought down by Granahan.
Calico on the carry. Tackled by Granahan.
As depressing as this is, Dave, for a young team overall like this is for Tomah, nothing but good can come out of this, right?
That's the way it's supposed to work. Sometimes, getting it handed to you, you do learn a lot going up against a very good competition, obviously.
2:20 to go in the first half, and they're looking for more, already leading 28-0. Calico again. Calico for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Calico.
.22-yard run for Calico. Chris Calico, 5'11", 180-pound senior, and it's 34-0 West Salem. 5 for 5 offensively in the first half.
Attempt the extra point.
Yeah, the game is definitely basically going to be over here at halftime.
Another extra point up and coming, and it is good.
Extra point is good. 35.
Scoreboard tells it all. You're watching the Hagen Sports Network. All right, with 2:13 to go, welcome back to West Salem. Tomah with their first game on the road in 2022, Dave, and this is a place we have not won a lot, and we're down 35-0 late in the half.
Yeah, I could probably put this one in the loss column, but the whole half to play, I don't see any indication that we're going to be able to come back and win this game.
Cody Quist falls in for Tomah. Well, the game started. Tomah had the opening possession, and they intercepted it, and 2 plays later, McConkey scored from 8 yards out, and they really haven't looked back. 5 times they've had it. They scored 5 times. They've capitalized on 2 Tomah interceptions. Tomah has 1 first down that came with 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. So overall, it's just been a tough night for Tomah, to put it bluntly. And back to the run, and again, nothing there for Bullard.
Bullard on the carry.
Yeah, and they're just beating off the ball, Davis. That's simple.
Yeah.
Loss of 3. Second down, 13.
And they're teeing off, obviously.
I mean, this is when you love to play defense, and you're up by 35, don't you?
Absolutely. Yeah. If you make a mistake here, you don't. Who cares?
Down to 1:35 to go in the half. 35-0. West Salem leading Tomah. Hesse to throw it, and it is caught. Bondere on the catch.
With reception.
And a 3rd and 4 coming up for Tomah. And Dave, will be under a minute to go in the first half before we run this play.
Yeah, nice about 10-yard gain there. First pass completion to a white shirt.
And again, not much there at the line of scrimmage. That's Bullard, and he's a little slow to get up as Jake. Well, you're Joe Potts, Dave. You're down by 35. What do you tell your team at halftime?
Another half of football, go out, get better. I think that's about the message I would send. And, don't worry about the scoreboard. Just go out, try to get better.
Well, for some reason here, we're going to get a timeout with 34 seconds to go in the half. Tomah down by 35. And we'll be back in 30.
My name is Heather Loudon.
All right, 34 seconds to go in the half. 4th down and 3 for Tomah, trailing 35-0 to West Salem. And they're going to go for it. Hesse under pressure gets it away, and it was almost intercepted again. Andy Johnson, Dave, talking to himself. He almost had an interception in Andy, but it went off his hands.
Yeah, went our hands. That went off their hands, and but the bottom line is a failed 4th down attempt. They do get the ball here with only 29 seconds to go, and I'm not sure who took that timeout. If we took a timeout to set up that play, that would make more sense than them taking a timeout at this point.
And the bad news at this point, Wags, is they're going to get the ball to start the second half, aren't they?
Yeah. Yes, they will.
They had the ball 5 times the first half. They've scored every time they've had it. 2 scores came after interceptions by Hesse. And the only reason they're probably not going to go 6 for 6 is the clock's going to run out here. Calico on the run. Cranahan and Mothers in there for Tomah. And that more than likely, Dave, is your half. It was 21-0 West Salem at the quarter. They had 14 in the second quarter. And lead Tomah 35-0 at the half. You're watching the Hagen Sports Network. Wags are down by 35 at the half to the West Salem Panthers. They had the ball 6 times in the first half, scored 5 times, twice following Tomah receptions. And if you're Tomah, as I said before, You got to kind of build for forget about the first half and hopefully build some positive things for Baraboo for your MVC opener next week.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a whole half of football, you can't waste it, right? So first thing, come out, try to get a stop, which we haven't done tonight because the next score is we're going to have continuous clock if they score here. So that would be my first goal, I guess. And then we might see a lot of second line players on both sides of the ball, but certainly probably for West Salem. So maybe we can move the football and get some positive things going.
All right, bottom line, we beat Mauston 49-9. We knew coming in here was going to be a challenge. But did you see us down by 35 at halftime?
No, not at all. And, but the way they dominated those first couple drives, kind of thought could be a very long night, but I never thought it would be this bad.
In case you're just joining us, for the record, Tomah had one first down the whole half. And that came at the 7:15 mark of the second quarter. That's kind of the way the night's gone for Tomah, as the Panthers will get to start the second half. I'm going to throw a number at you in a moment, Wax, so be ready. Obviously, Dave, the QB, McConkey, they obviously have a lot more than him to go with, don't they? Good running game, good receivers, and defensively, they have just shut us down all night.
Yeah, offensively, I mean, I would expect that we would have held up a lot better, but against this offense. But McConkey's he's been real difficult. He's done a great job of running the football and just keeping us off balance all night.
All right, they were in the MBC 7 years. 4 times we came here. When they were MBC, we lost every game. We're losing here tonight. So, Dave, the 4 MVC games and this half tonight, we'll continue that thought in a second here. 2nd and 7 as they're giving away the forgot to buy a ticket at halftime here. They're doing the 50-50 now. Flag on the play. Okay, so what we were saying before, we played them here 4 times and the MVC lost every game. We're playing them again here tonight for the 5th time. They're in the Cooley now. But Dave, counting their 35-point first half in the 4 games and a half we played here, at this point they've outscored us 184-31. Including 53-6 last season.
Yeah, and we probably have some viewers just pass out after that stat.
2nd and 12 from McConkey.
No on the carry. Tackle made by Granahan. Official timeout for injury.
And a player down for Tomah. And boy, I'm not sure who it is. 79, I believe it is. '79 would be Jesse Rutland, but I don't even want to speculate if that's him or not. All right, with a player down, here's a look at some businesses and organizations bringing you tonight's game. Please thank and patronize them. Brandon Calhoun, who is a huge part of the defensive line, going out for Tomah. He's 6'1", 285-pound junior. Let's hope nothing too serious, Dave, for the big man. You certainly don't need that in game 2.
No, you don't need to add injury to getting your butt whipped. Hopefully he'll be okay.
$35-0 West Salem leading. We have 9:40 to go in the third quarter. They led 21-0 at the quarter, 35-0 at halftime. They've taken advantage of 2 Hesse interceptions for touchdowns. Throwing it over here in the flat, where there's plenty of room.
Receiving reception, knocked out of bounds by Boykoff. Good for a first down.
Boyko knocking. Layson out of bounds. Back quickly, they're out to the 45, their own 45-yard line. And back to run.
Noel on the carry. Tackle made by Schrader.
Mitch Schrader on the tack for Tomah.
3, second down, 7.
Dave, they really have a nice mix of pass and run, don't they? They keep you guessing.
Yeah, they have. They've really done a nice job. Our best opportunity to get off the field there, a 3rd and 10, and they had just a nice little pass to the weak side and beat us to the corner and got the first down by plenty.
Yeah, nothing real fancy, just a short little pass. They continue to run, initial contact there.
Conkey on the carry.
Initial contact by Bruce Raisin, the sophomore. So they'll be home next week for Westby.
41-yard line.
As again, they're members of the Cooley Conference now. And Tomah will open MVC play against Baraboo at Tomah next Friday. Baraboo now, along with Reedsburg, joining the MVC. We don't know anything about Baraboo, Dave. We'll find out next Friday, won't we?
Yeah, we'll find out the hard way. Hopefully not, but I would not expect them, from what little we do know, that they would, be at this caliber that this West Salem team is showing us tonight.
2, second down, 8.
We looked at the schedule, top to bottom of 9 games, Dave, and we said, okay, Boston's a winnable game, we won. And then you looked at West Salem, you said, boy, that's going to be a tough game, and it has been. You look at Anna, down the road, a lot of people feel they'll win the MVC. But outside of that, the MVC, of course, you know very little about Reedsburg or Baraboo, but that could be an interesting battle. We'll see how it plays out starting next week.
Yeah, we've got a couple of new teams there. We're going to see them back-to-back, I think, right?
Yep. No, we'll see. Reedsburg's our homecoming game late in the year, so. Yeah, we only have 4 home games. We have Baraboo next week, then we'll go to Sparta in 2 weeks, and Holman after that. And then Central for a home game, and then some more on the road, and then we wrap it up toward the end with a Reedsburg team. So 2nd and 13 is a lot of penalties in the second half so far. As they stay on the ground.
Noel on the carry.
Noel on the run. Squires on the tackle.
Third down, 4, 35-yard line.
Well, remember, Dave, we did play Baraboo 2 years ago during the COVID era, and we went up there. So they, I'm sure, are totally different looking, and we are totally different looking. So. You wonder if they were thrilled about moving the NBC. You wonder, but they're only there for football. River Falls joining the NBC made absolutely no sense.
29-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get the shifting teams around all the time. It seems every few years, and not for all the sports. I mean, you know, you and I were going to school. You were in a conference, you were in that, and every sport didn't matter. And things so different these days.
Noel on the run. Tackle by Raisin. Wags don't look now, but they have used up over 7 minutes of clock and still have the football.
They've got to basically have a running clock, even though it's not, because they're just being successful. When they run it, they're successful, and a few times they've thrown it, they've been successful, so that clock's been running a lot.
Yeah, we're down to 4 minutes. They've taken up almost 8 minutes of clock. They're at the 8-minute mark right now, and Tomah hasn't even had the football here in this third quarter. Noel again on the run. Tackle by Baumgartner.
Noel on the carry.
So Dave, they score here. We're looking at running clock, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm not sure that, like we said, I don't know that we're going to know the difference a whole lot.
They're at the Tomah 10. First and goal to Tomah 10. 3.5 to go in the third quarter. They already lead 35-0 as they did at halftime. They have a man wide open here in the flat, and he's going to be around the 2-yard line.
Halffield on the carry.
Halffield on the catch. Baumgartner on the tackle.
Second goal from the 5-yard line.
And even though it's been a rough night for Tomah, Dave, off the record, I like these uniforms. I like these white ones.
Remind me of the color rush uniforms the Packers wore a couple times. Yep. Pretty sharp.
Yeah, they're at the 3. Noel again. Initial contact, Squires. Habeck also there.
Tackled by Squires.
Numbers could be a little easier to read.
They are tough to read, yeah. I noticed that once it gets dark, it's a little bit easier. But when Tomah came out to start this game and we had daylight, it was a bit of a challenge for a while. But, well, the Wags, they've run almost 10 minutes of clock and are at the Tomah 2-yard line. Noel for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Noel.
And for the record, Dave, they used up 9 minutes and 57 seconds of clock.
Yeah, that it's going to put the time of possession in their favor now, right? As if it wasn't already.
And it was nothing fancy. One short pass, you may recall early, to pick up a first down, and then just saying, like we said last week to Mauston, we're going to run, stop us, and they're saying we're going to run, stop us, and we just haven't tonight. Well, we're looking at running clock after this. 42-0 it will be with the extra point. And the extra point is good. 2:03 to go in the third quarter. You're watching the Hagen Sports Network. So the West Salem Panthers, Dave, had a 35-0 lead at the half.
Lead for the Panthers.
Not only do they score on their first possession of the third quarter, but took up almost 10 minutes of clock, 9 minutes and 57-second drive. Very impressive.
Oh, yeah, that's hard to believe, actually.
So we are looking, you know, I hate to go back to last season, but we looked at a lot of running clock, didn't we? And we said enough is enough. We hope that's not going to happen for a while, but We're looking at running clock with a 42-point West Salem lead late in the third quarter. Drew Brookman, the Dave, no catches tonight, does he? Nope. Tomah back the run. Jake Ballard on the run. So Dave, for the record now, in the 4 games in the MVC we played here, and tonight's game to this point, at West Salem, they've outscored us 191 to 31. And obviously they've all been losses. Last season, they won 53-6 here. Vonderay on the run.
Vonderay on the carry. That made by Arns.
And Dave, in all fairness, we're probably looking at a lot of their JVs right now, aren't we?
Yeah, I would. I'm pretty sure if you compared numbers, you would find that out. But Tomah doesn't care at this point. They just want to do something right.
So as things stay the way they are, Drew Brookman will have 1 catch, 2 games in the season. You could hear the contact up there. Ballard on the run.
Bullard on the carry. Komendal on the tackle.
That's the end of your third quarter.
2, second down 8.
Running clock from West Salem, a quarter to go. 42-0 West Salem on the Hagen Sports Network. All right, here we go, fourth quarter. Tomah down by 42 points to West Salem and get a timeout here. Well, that was interesting. The quarter ends, and West Salem takes a timeout when we're about to start the fourth quarter. Well, in case you're just joining us, 1 first down all night for Tomah. 7:15 of the second quarter was their only first down in the game. I actually take that back. We got a first down on the Vonderay run, didn't we? So we have 2 now. And they used up 9 minutes and 57 seconds on the clock to start the third quarter and scored on a Knoll touchdown. Tomah yet to be in their red zone tonight, have we, Dave? Not even close to the red zone.
Not even sniffing it.
Unlike last week when we had 7 rushing touchdowns. Tom Hesse looking to throw, and it's caught for the touchdown to Alex Boyko.
Reception by Boyko.
38 yards, Hesse to Boyko. Alex is only a sophomore. We talked about him last week. It's been many years, Dave, since we've had team speed, and Alex Boyko is one of these kids that can spread the field, can he? You saw him a moment ago.
Yeah, it was nice job to get behind the defense there, and a nice pass. A lot of his passes have been off the mark this year, but that was a nice one and paid off in a touchdown.
38-yard pass for the record, Hesse to Boyko, and the 2-point conversion run by Ballard, and Jake will not be denied and gets the 2 points. That tells you something, Dave. Down by 40 points, more than 40 a moment ago. Ballard said, "You're not going to deny me," and he finds the end zone. So it's 42-8 West Salem. Tomah scoring a moment ago on this 38-yard pass. Hesse to Boyko. Like last week when we had 7 rushing touchdowns. Tom Hesse looking to throw, and it's caught for the touchdown to Alex Boyko.
Reception by Boyko.
So Dave, we no longer running clock, but Tomah on the scoreboard. 38-yard pass, Hesse to Boyko, and the 2-point conversion by Ballard. So we're down, it's 11:51 to go, and it's a 42-8 lead for West Salem.
Flag on field.
Reminder to stick around for the Murray's on Main scoreboard coming up right after the game. We'll show you all the scores from the other MVC games. There were 2 MVC games last night, as we talked about earlier. Onalaska beat Menominee 14-0. And River Falls beat Holman 26-0. Tonight it's Sparta at Mauston, Beaver Dam at Baraboo, Eau Claire Memorial at Central, Eau Claire North at Logan, and Sauk Prairie at Reedsburg. Winding up the final night, and everybody will begin MVC playing next week. Baraboo will be at Tomah, Onalaska will be at Holman, Reedsburg at Central, and Sparta at Logan to begin MVC play next week, September 2. Calico on the return.
Calico on the return. Tackle was made by Steinhoff.
Mitchell Schrader on the tackle for Tomah, number 73.
Panthers start first down 10 at their own 44-yard line.
A lot of the starters appear still in there for Tomah, Dave. Squires is out there. Brickman's out there. So we have, looking here, we have most of our starters still out there for Tomah. See what we have on the opposite side for them right here. I wouldn't imagine. Now they have a new quarterback in there right now. Cody Quistra, initial contact.
Arts on the carry, tackling by Schrader.
Luke Baginski is the new quarterback for them.
Gain of 5, second down 5.
Yeah, Dave, it's pretty much starting D out there for Tomah right now. And basically, probably pretty much the JVs for West Salem right now. As the varsity did their job, putting up 35 first half points and 10-minute drive to put up another 7 points to start the second half.
Arts on the carry.
Cole Madison, one of the irons on tackle for Tomah that time. Squires out, Madison out.
Play, third down 2.
So we win big against Mauston. We get handled tonight, totally handled by West Salem. So how do we look at the Baraboo game then, Wags?
Crapshoot, I think. I don't know, just as an opportunity really to get better. And
it's going to be interesting. Well, this coming week, a lot going on. JVs will play West Salem 5:30 Monday at E.J. McKean Memorial Field. Tuesday, the volleyball team will be at Sparta. Soccer team will be at Sparta, boys soccer team. Wednesday, the girls golf team will be in action at Hiawatha. Thursday, the volleyball team will be at Holman. Freshmen will be at Baraboo. Freshman football at Baraboo.
Arns on the carry. Tackle made by Wild.
Logan Rooflet on the tack for Tomah.
Gain of 6 on the play. Second down 4.
Yeah, Tomah golf team, Wags, not that long ago. Viking Invitational. Amelia Zingler with shoots a school record. Both under 70, her and Brent Newman. Amazing girls golfers they are. As the Tomah girls golf team just rolling through the MVC. Baginski again on the keeper.
Baginski on the carry. Back by Resin.
Tripped up by Bruce Raisin. Now he pronounced Raisin wrong, Wags. I thought you talked to this guy.
Hey, he didn't ask me that one either. You'd think he could get that, you know. Don't he ever eat raisin bran, you know?
For the record, about 20 minutes before game time, the PA announcer at West Salem came over to Dave because I was busy. And they went through all the pronunciations for Tomah. And apparently he didn't ask you about raisin, though, huh?
You thought that was an easy one.
Okay. Well, it's a resin here, but... Staying on the ground. A lot of wholesale changes in there for Tomah now.
Arns on the carry. Tackle by Jerky. Good for first down.
Isaiah Bradley goes in on the tackle for Tomah. Winding down to 6 minutes to go in the game. It's been all West Salem. 42-8 over Tomah. We'll take a break. We'll be back in 30.
Yes.
My name is Heather Loudon. I was officially diagnosed with invasive ductal carcinoma. Overall, the care that I received at Tomah Health was top-notch.
Here at Tomah Health, we provide IV therapy for patients receiving hydration, blood transfusions, all the way up to complex situations like chemotherapy and biologics.
When you need intravenous care, Tomah Health offers compassionate infusion therapy.
Tomah Health, offering quality care close to home.
All right, welcome back to West Salem. Greg Hayne along with Dave Wagner. Tomah starting their first road game of the season. And it's been a long night. They trailed 21-0 at the quarter, 35-0 at halftime, 42-0 at one time. And then Hesse connected with Alex Boyko for a touchdown pass to make it 42-8. And that's where we are right now. Flag on the play. Next Friday, Tomah begins MVC play at home against Baraboo, who we really, very honestly, know nothing about.
Only against Panthers.
We did play them in a playoff game 2 years ago, and they beat us badly up at Baraboo. And the Panthers back here to take on Westby next week. Clock is still running, Dave, which I'm not complaining about. 42-8. Under 6 to go now.
Baginski on the carry. Tackle by Resin.
Bruce Raisin, among others, in there for Tomah.
Loss of 1 on the play. Second down, 22.
Mitchell Schrader was also there. 53 in the game for Tomah right now is Dalton Bradley. 12 is out there. That's Owen Gerke. There's a nice play. Bruce Raisin. Tell you the sophomore Bruce Raisin got a start tonight on Dean. He's played well, hasn't he, Dave?
Yeah, he's been in on a number of tackles for sure, and got a TFL there, as they say. I think the key actually knocked the ball loose. The ball carrier fell on it, but
Well, the West Salem Panthers just trying to run the clock out here, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they're in no hurry to do anything, and down and distance not matter. That these young kids are just out there running plays and getting experience at this point.
4:20 to go in the game. 42-8. West Salem leading Tomah. Tomah's only score coming on a 38-yard pass. Hesse to Boyko. And then a 2-point conversion run by Ballard. Nice defensive play right there by Ethan Wilds, a 5'8", 155-pound junior. You may recall last week, Dave, Ethan had the last touchdown run in the game for Tomah. But that was last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, seems like a little longer ago than that now after this game. But.
Well, this is our 38th year. We've said it before, you know, in 38 years you see a lot of good. You see some bad, you see some ugly, but that's what it's all about. It's high school kids giving 100%, and every week is a little different. You never know. Next week, Baraboo, again, we know nothing about them, so that'll be an interesting matchup. And did that touch us? I believe it might have. I believe it might have touched Tomah. You can't advance it, though. I did not think in high school football you could advance a muff, and that's what that was. I did not. No, he did signal touchdown, though.
Yeah, but I don't think at any level.
But at this level, no, that's considered a muff, and the ball should be dead right where he picked it up. And now they're going to talk about it. So he made the wrong call. This should not be a touchdown. We clearly touched it. It's going to be their ball. Right where he touched it, but you cannot advance it, and that's what they're talking about right now.
Right. That should be the outcome here.
Now they're going to talk. Now the West Salem coach should already know this. It was clearly a muff.
He's not going to argue it very much. He knows.
No, I mean, but we have it on tape. The guy clearly signaled touchdown.
Yes.
And then the other official said, hey, wait a minute. And the correct call, if they get it correct, will be West Salem football deep in Tomah territory, wherever that guy picked it up. And that's what you cannot advance it.
5-yard line.
Dave, for the record, that's the 5th time in 38 years I've been correct. Not bad. 5 times in 38 years.
Yeah, something good ought to come out of tonight, then, right? Yeah, that's. Well, they got to take a timeout here because they didn't expect to get the ball after the punt, I guess.
All right, 3:09 to go. 42-6, West Salem over Tomah. You're watching the Hagen Sports Network. They sorted it out, and Dave and I actually had it right. It's a muff. You can't advance the muff. Their ball at the 5-yard line of Tomah. 3 minutes to go in the game, and they're looking to add to their 42-8 lead on Tomah. But basically the JV team in there. And there's a touchdown.
Steinmetz with the touchdown.
Steinmetz scores for them, and it's 48-8. So do you count them off as a turnover, though, correct? Obviously. Okay, so they have scored. I mean, not that they needed any help, but 3 of their touchdowns tonight have come on, well, 2 on interceptions by Hesse and 1 on the muff. And you can't give good teams opportunities, and we have. Well, Dave, a year ago we came up here. A year ago we came up here and lost 53-6. Tonight it's 49-8. With 3 to go, we'll be back.
return the kick.
All right, so they've taken advantage of 3 of their scores, and they've had plenty of touchdowns. Have come on 2 on Tomah receptions, 1 on a muff, so it's 49-8. 3 minutes to go in the game. And Tomah will get it back.
Kirky on the return.
Kirky on the return.
By Johnson. Correction on the tackle.
Again, stick around for the Murray's on Main scoreboard coming up next. We'll show you all of their scores from around the MVC. And look ahead to next Friday. We know Tomah back home for Baraboo to begin MVC play. As we said earlier, they'll be back here to take on Westby. Tomah staying on the ground. Nice run for Logan Rooflet.
Rooflet on the carry. Tackle made by Everson. The first down 10 at the Panthers' 49-yard line.
Baraboo is playing Beaver Dam tonight. Bondere on the run.
Bondere on the carry. Tackled by Everson. Gain of 5, second down 5.
Tell you, Dave, from what we've seen tonight, it's a pretty good West Salem team, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yep, they're going to be contenders down to the end, I would think. Of course, losing that game to Onalaska.
Yeah.
Rooflet on the carry.
Well, it doesn't hurt them because they're not in the MVC. Rooflet on the run.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt them. It, might make them even hungrier. They're certainly hungry tonight.
We're down to 45 seconds to go in the game. Time for maybe 2 more plays for Tomah. Hesse is still in the game, by the way. Just handing it off. Well, Dave, our JVs will take on West Salem this Monday at E.J. McKean. JVs this week on Monday beat Mauston 48-0. Freshmen on Tuesday beat West Salem 14-12. JVs will back home Monday to take on West Salem 5:30, and the freshmen will be at Baraboo next Thursday at 6. That's your ball game. 49-8.
49.
West Salem just totally dominates Tomah from the get-go. Stick around for the Murray's on Main scoreboard. That's coming up next.
Then she's going in the field.